And our sports reporter Alvia Walker went to the spring football game. See how the players are getting ready for the upcoming season.
We've had some cool weather this week. I'll show you if it'll warm up and how you can prepare for your weekend.
All of this coming up on SMTV News.
Your newscast starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough studios on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News, the voice of the student.
Good evening, I'm Gabby Cox.
And I'm Sophia Vitrano.
Tonight we highlight the recent passing of a past USM president. The Southern Miss community continues to mourn the loss of former USM president Dr. Shelby F. Timms. Timms passed away Friday, April 17th.
Timms served as president of Southern Miss from 2002 to 2007. Before he was president, he served for 4 decades as faculty and an ambassador. He was an accomplished research scientist and a pioneer in polymer science. In the 1970s, Timms established the Polymer Science and Engineering programs at Southern Miss, which have grown into today's School of Polymer Science and Engineering. Today, these programs are recognized as being amongst the best in the nation. Timms was president when Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast, causing almost $290 million of damage to USM campuses. Under his leadership, classes were able to return to the Hattiesburg campus within 2 weeks after Katrina and to the Gulf Coast within 6 weeks. The Timms presidency also saw completion of many current buildings on campus, including the Thad Cochran Student Center and the Trent Lott Center for Excellence in Economic Development and Leadership, and the International Center. In remembering Timms, current USM President Joe Paul said Shelby Timms is an iconic force in the history of the university. He ushered in economic development as part of our mission. His work as president in reopening after Hurricane Katrina with no loss of jobs was truly heroic. Visitation will be Friday, April 24th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Bennett Auditorium. The service will also be held at Bennett Auditorium on Saturday the 25th at 10 a.m.
U.S. Highway 49 will be under a resurfacing project this week. Starting tonight, work will be nightly, Sunday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. The project is to resurface Highway 49 from the I-59 interchange to the Broadway Drive and Highway 11 interchange. The project is expected to take around 5 weeks to complete. Traffic will be open during, but drivers should expect delays and lane closures during the work time. Drivers are also urged to obey all the traffic rules and control devices, and also to use caution when working their workers.
A big change is coming to campus and the students are divided. Take a look. Eagle Dining announced the Starbucks on campus will be changing to a Dunkin' Donuts for fall 2026. Earlier in the year, they asked the students if they would rather keep Starbucks or switch it up. Majority voted for Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm very happy about the Starbucks to Dunkin' change. Get Starbucks out of here. I like Dunkin' drinks and food more than Starbucks.
Despite a lot of support for the Dunkin', other students want to keep Starbucks. When Eagle Dining announced the change on Instagram, the outreach students took to the comments and expressed their disappointment.
What student would vote for a Dunkin' instead of Starbucks? I'm sorry.
I think it's going to ruin the study atmosphere, and the color change is a little wonky too, because dark brown, dark green, that's super calming colors, and you come back from class, you study, you walk in, but Dunkin's bright pink, bright orange. It just doesn't fit that vibe. I personally wouldn't come into Dunkin' to study. Starbucks has a lot more options for people because Dunkin' only has donuts most of the time, whereas Starbucks has cake pops, sandwiches, and everything like that. So,
after the numerous complaints to the Starbucks closing down April 29th, Eagle Dining moved the date so students could still have coffee during finals week. The Starbucks on campus will close May 13th in order to start renovations for Dunkin' Donuts. SMTV reached out to Eagle Dining, but they have no comment at this time. Sophia Vitrano, SMTV News. The closest Starbucks off campus is on Hardy Street. Meanwhile, there are no Dunkin' Donuts near Hattiesburg. Some students are excited for the change, and others want to keep their campus coffee.
Southern Miss is giving hospitality students a new way to build industry experience before they graduate. A new passport program will integrate professional credentials and hands-on training directly into the curriculum starting fall 2026. SMTV's Ashley Naylor has the details.
As Mississippi's tourism industry continues to grow, Southern Miss is taking a new approach to preparing students for the workforce. The program includes industry-recognized credentials and practical training into coursework.
Employers are looking more for specific skill sets. I'm sure you have seen it in job postings. They're much more detailed now, and employers are stating what skills they're looking for, what qualifications, beyond the traditional, we want this degree, we want this graduation date. It's much more detailed in the actual skills that they're looking for. And so this helps students not only get those skills, but also prove competency in those skills.
The program covers multiple areas in the industry, including hotel operations, events, travel, and service leadership. Typically, students have to seek out these certifications on their own, but with this new program, they could build those opportunities directly in the classroom, giving them a head start before they even graduate. Students say that hands-on experience is critical in today's job market.
A degree alone is definitely not enough in today's job market. So being able to have courses like this and programs will give students hands-on experience and connections to get their foot in the door for where they need to be when they graduate.
The goal is to ensure students are career ready the moment they enter the industry. Ashley Naylor, SMTV News.
The Passport program will be fully integrated into the hospitality and tourism management curriculum.
The state of Mississippi has changed the entry requirements to take the certified accountant exam. SMTV takes a deeper look into how students feel about the changes.
Becoming a certified public accountant requires taking a 4-part exam and having an advanced knowledge of accounting. The state of Mississippi CPA board decided to change the requirements to make it easier for more people to take the exam.
Students Maria Joffrey and Marcus Scott share how they feel prepared to take the CPA exam.
For me personally, I will more than likely do the master's program wherever I decide to go. I just think that that's more beneficial for me personally and my study habits and things like that. And I feel as if I did not do a master's program, I would not be equipped to take the CPA.
The director of the School of Accountancy at USM, Dr. Blaise Saunier, says that students with a bachelor's and work experience under a CPA can sit for the exam, but it is highly recommended to take a master's program to be well prepared. The new requirements are a bachelor's degree with additional hours of education totaling 150 or more hours or 1 year of experience, a master's degree and 1 year of experience, or a bachelor's degree with 2 years of experience.
Definitely prepared through the bachelor's program here. I think it would be more difficult because our master's program here does offer more advanced courses that would prepare you adequately for the exam.
This change was signed into law in March and will go into effect July 1st of this year. Kaylin Fox Thomas, Southern Miss Student Media.
If you're interested in more information on the School of Accounting or how to become a certified public accountant, visit the College of Business and Economic Development website at usm.edu/business.
University Library Special Collections hosted an exhibit showcasing student-curated work inside the McCain Library and Archives. The exhibits were created through the Student Curator Program, which gives students hands-on experience working with archival materials and building public displays. Miracle Jennings from the MCJ 404 has the story.
Student work took center stage April 15th at USM's Special Collection exhibits in McCain Library and Archives. The displays are created through the Student Creator Program, which gives students hands-on experience working with archival materials.
We're having the opening for the Student Curated exhibits. Every year we select, people can apply to become the Student Curator. So I think last year we had about 30 applicants. And we select 3 people to curate 1 case exhibit using materials from our collections.
Students in the program work directly with archival materials, including letters, diaries, photographs, and other historical documents not typically found in public libraries.
It shows how the students can interact with these library materials. You know, the materials we have here are a little different than Cook Library or public libraries. We have books, but we also have the original letters and diaries and photographs of people involved in history and in things that happened in Mississippi and around the world. So to be able to have the students look at these materials, create exhibits, and come up with themes and narratives and context of how these topics relate to our history and lives is really important, and just a great aspect of being at a university and educational enterprise.
The exhibits are on display throughout March 2027 inside McCain Library and Archives. The project allows students to turn archival research into public exhibits. I'm Miracle Jennings with
This past Sunday, USM held their annual spring probate at the Hattiesburg Convention Center. The event featured 4 Divine Nine fraternities and sororities revealing their new members. Each organization held a show to celebrate in their own style. Supporters cheered loudly to represent their respective organizations. One by one, the new members made their long-awaited debut, stepping forward with confidence and unity after weeks of preparation. For many, this moment marked not just the end of a journey, but the beginning of a lifelong commitment to service and leadership. To see all the new members, visit at USM_MPHC on Instagram.
Now, weather anchor Kaylin Fox Thomas lets us know what to look out for this evening.
How should we prepare for our nightly plans, Kaylin?
Tonight, if you have any plans outside, prepare for a cloudy and warm night with temps starting at 73 and cooling down to 63. I'll share the rest of your week and the start of your weekend after the break. Back to you, Sophia.
Thank you for that update, Kaylin.
Coming up after the break, USM is a top receiver of the Gilman Scholarship. See what this means for students.
Stay with us.
Does your furniture store check all the boxes? At Furniture Direct, we check all the boxes and then some. Lowest price guarantee, name brand quality, 0% interest financing, locally owned and operated, local warehouse, which means you buy it today and get it today. At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Name brands like Ashley, Flex Steel, Franklin, Catnapper, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel, your furniture and mattress destination.
Get to cancel one Thanksgiving food forever. What's out? Everything. I don't like Thanksgiving at all.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Southern Miss with your favorite host, Big Lish. What's your current favorite vocal stem? Can we get the bill?
Stop sign.
Stop sign. No turkey, no ham, no dressing, no yams,
No.
cranberry sauce,
No.
greens.
No. I don't like nothing.
That is unreal.
To make sure our futures took off, we joined the Mississippi Army National Guard. With part-time service, we were able to get paid training in the aviation field. We learned skills that helped us get started down the path to a great civilian career. And this is just one out of the hundreds of jobs the Mississippi Army National Guard can train you for. You can learn a trade and earn money for school, all while serving close to home and being there for your community. See what your future could look like by going to nationalguard.com/.
Now, from SMTV News, here's your Golden Eagle forecast.
Welcome back, Eagles. I'm Kaylin Fox Thomas with your Golden Eagle forecast. Let's see what the rest of the week has in store for us. Thursday, our Long Beach Eagles will have a warm and cloudy day with a high of 79 and a warm low of 71 at night. Friday continues with a few clouds and a high of 79 and a low of 71. Saturday will start the weekend with a 37% chance of rain and a high of 80 with a low of 70, so have those umbrellas handy. Here in Hattiesburg, we can look forward to a warm and cloudy Thursday as well, with a high of 83 and a chilly low of 61 at night. Friday gives us a cloudy start to our weekend with a high of 82 and a low of 66. Overnight, we'll have a 41% chance of rain, leading us into a rainy and cloudy Saturday with a high of 82 and a low of 65 with a 39% chance of rain. Make sure to have those umbrellas. Starting our new week, Sunday will start to warm up with a high of 85 and a low of 70. Next week, we'll continue with highs in the upper 80s, with Tuesday being the hottest day of the week with a high of 87. The lows will also warm up into the 70s, then cool back down to the 60s.
Well, Kaylin, I see that coming up we're going to have some showers and some rain. What is the weather looking like for tonight when we get ready to walk to the THAD?
Tonight we should expect a few clouds in the sky, so it may feel a little bit cooler, but it's going to be a warm night, and we should have a great time as we go to the THAD and we start our little Q&A session.
Yes,
I'm excited to meet everyone.
Me too. I think
Not
we're gonna
excited
have a great
for the
night.
rain though.
You also don't own an umbrella.
I don't own an umbrella
We
or a
gotta
rain
get her an
jacket.
umbrella.
I'm working on it, guys. Anyway.
Well, thank you so much for that banter, Kaylin.
Southern Miss is receiving national recognition for helping students take their education beyond the classroom.
The university has been named a top producing institution for the Gilman Scholars by the U.S. Department of State. Reporter Ashley Naylor shows us what this means for students.
Southern Miss has earned national recognition for opening doors to global opportunities through the Gilman Scholarship Program. The Gilman Scholarship, funded by the U.S. Department of State, supports high-achieving students who may not otherwise have the chance to study or intern abroad. University leaders say USM has seen major success with the program.
So we have had over 100 Gilman Scholars to date, and to be exact, we have had 118 scholars. This is also important because Gilman is a nationally competitive program.
That makes Southern Miss's achievement even more impressive, placing the university among top institutions across the country. Being recognized by the U.S. Department of Education as a top producer of the Gilman Scholars highlights the university's commitment to global education, giving students experiences outside of the classroom. Students who are interested in applying are encouraged to reach out for guidance.
I welcome all students to sit down and have a conversation with me. And also, if you just want to email me your materials, I would be more than happy to look at them, critique them, and get them back to you.
The deadline to apply for the scholarship is October 1st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. I'm Ashley Naylor, SMTV News.
Southern Miss officials say they hope to continue growing the program and helping even more students study abroad in the future.
A free health clinic in Biloxi is facing a major hurdle. Rent for the hub-owned facility is going from $1 a month to $2,500. It's a change clinic leadership says is happening following a federal funding cuts. Justin Glowacki with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center breaks down the impact and what the clinic is doing to ensure that they can still serve the community.
The Bethel Free Health Clinic in Biloxi is a volunteer-run facility. For the last 2 decades, Executive Director Jan Vest says they've provided health care to about 800 uninsured patients annually at no charge.
And it's chronic diseases, those folks that we really see, people that can't afford insulin and haven't been checked for high blood sugar, or they can't afford their medications.
It's access to primary care he says helps prevent emergency room visits.
The state of Mississippi pays over $1 billion a year of unnecessary emergency room visits if those patients had access to primary care.
The clinic is housed at the Suncoast Villa Apartments, a property operated by the Biloxi Housing Authority. Until now, they were able to rent the clinic space for $1 a year. It's an agreement Vest says has saved the organization a lot of money.
We probably were subsidized probably to the tune of $250,000 over that period of time, $200,000, $300,000.
But after recent cuts to the federal public housing budget, Vest says he anticipated some changes.
As soon as those budget cuts started, I knew it was going to affect everyone in the serving professions. So it hit the hospitals, it hit the housing authority, it hit the free clinics, it hit the food pantries, it hit us all.
Shan Daughtery has used the clinic and thinks it's a major benefit to the community. She worries about what the increased rent could mean for the future of the clinic.
I felt that now something so great could be closed down and no longer be beneficial to people in the community.
But Vest says the clinic isn't going anywhere. To offset the rent, he's working on fundraising for the future through the 1,000 Good Samaritans campaign.
But we're going to try to make this an annual funding so that we have enough money to provide more medicines and provide more specialty care.
Daughtery hopes the campaign is successful.
And I really hope that they're able to get the donations that they need to stay in business.
Reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, I'm Justin Glowacki.
The Biloxi Housing Authority said they had no comment on this story.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It's designated as a time to raise an awareness about sexual violence, educate individuals about prevention, and honor survivors. USM Sexual Assault Prevention Ambassadors are holding several events and exhibits across campus throughout April. From the 13th through the 17th, they created the Why I Didn't Report exhibit. This allowed students to write on sticky notes the reason they didn't report their abuse and place them on a poster board in the Cook Library. SAPA also created a What Were You Wearing exhibit for survivors to hang clothing that they were wearing during their assault. When people report sexual assault, it is common for people to ask, what were you wearing? SAPA said this exhibit aims to end victim blaming and the claim that sexual assault can be attributed to one's clothing. This exhibit is located in the Cook Library first floor and is open until the 30th of this month. SAP will have the Prints for Prevention activity on April 20th through the 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m. There will be a forum on April 27th at 6 p.m. and a Denim Day walk with fly art on the 29th. The time and location are to be determined. To report any sexual assault or misconduct, visit or call the USM Title IX office.
Coming up, we will have a special guest for tonight's sports segment.
See who it is after the break. Stay with us.
At Furniture Direct, we pay less so you pay less. Big Man Rocker Recliner, their price over $900. Our price $399. Dream Cloud Hybrid Mattress, their price $1299. Ours is $499, and the sheets and pillows are free. Ashley Sectional, theirs is $24.99. Ours $15.99. Reclining Sofa and Love Seat, their price $2,000. Ours is $14.99, and the recliner is free. Furniture Direct, your furniture and mattress destination.
Now, time for your SMTV Sports.
How's it going, Southern Miss? I'm Caden Robin.
I'm Southern Miss President Joe Paul.
And we have a special edition of SMTV Sports for you today. While students are prepping for final exam, our Southern Miss athletes are being tested in their final games before the postseason. In terms of baseball, there are still plenty of games before the Sun Belt Championship. Dr. Paul, when's the last time you made it out to Pete Taylor Park to watch our Golden Eagles?
I'm there most every night. I was there Tuesday night with the walk-off single to beat the Tulane Green Wave, one of our great rivals.
Oh yeah, that was a great game. And we have noticed that our baseball team has had a lot of success at home. The Golden Eagles swept the 3-game series against Texas State this past weekend. In Friday's game, Southern Miss took command of the game in the 3rd inning with 6 runs, including a 3-run home run by Ben Higdon. They won that first game 8-2.
In Saturday's game, Davis Gillespie hit his 10th home run of the season. Tucker Stockman followed with his own 2-run bomb. And they pushed Southern Miss lead to 4 going into the final inning, leading to another Southern Miss victory.
One final game against the Bobcats, and this one went down to the wire. Tied up after 9 innings, the Bobcats and Golden Eagles faced off in an extra 10th inning. Ty Long managed to score on a wild pitch, and Southern Miss swept the Bobcats with a 5-4 victory.
The Golden Eagles continued their win streak last night against the Green Wave. Joey Urban started the night off with a 2-run home run to give Southern Miss the early lead. With the game tied at the bottom of the 9th, Kyle Morrison's single out to right field allowed Ty Long to earn the game-winning run for the Golden Eagles yet again.
They face off against South Alabama in Mobile this weekend. We know baseball is all the rage around here, but USM has plenty of softball fans as well, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, and our team is young, but they are fearless.
Absolutely, and they also battle against the Texas State Bobcats. After losing the first 2 games against the Bobcats, the Golden Eagles stood their ground in their final game on Sunday. Abby Trocchio hit a massive 2-run home run in the 2nd, which gave Southern Miss the lead. The Golden Eagles only gave up 1 run to the Bobcats as they took the 2-1 victory. The softball team has some star talent on our bench.
I agree. Despite Tuesday's loss, their talent is still shined. Facing off against the Rebels in Oxford, Neely McManus's 4th inning home run pushed the comeback attempt for the Golden Eagles. But Southern Miss could not close the gap as Ole Miss won 12-5.
They will also take on the South Alabama Jaguars here at home. Southern Miss football gave fans a sneak peek into the 2026 season at the spring game in the Rock.
Reporter Alvia Walker gives you a look into this.
Excitement filled the air at the Rock as Southern Miss football wrapped up the spring football with their annual spring game, giving fans an early look to the 2026 season. Out of a 105-man roster, just 67 players took the field, creating valuable reps and a competitive atmosphere for both returning players and rising talent. But beyond the plays on the field, fans are already looking ahead to what this season could bring.
They're going to be the best team in the Sun Belt, of course. Like, undefeated, everything. I mean, last season, they started strong.
didn't end how they wanted to, and I think they got something to build on. Like, that's what's most important you want to see out of the team, something to build on for the future. Especially with new coach coming in, I have a lot of faith.
The scrimmage features sections from both offense and defense as coaches continue working to build depth and shape the team's identity heading into the fall.
Coach Anderson emphasizes on what team chemistry will look like in the summer.
You got to foster that. We're trying really hard to do that. Starts at the top, being open, honest, and transparent with them, and really creating a family, environment in there where they know we care about them, and talk more about things outside of football than we do inside of football. But time is important too, and that's where this summer, and really going to be a part of that. So hopefully we can really gel to a point where you can't tell that it's a bunch of new guys. I just want y'all to see a group of guys out there that go play for each other.
As spring football comes to a close, the Golden Eagles now turn their focus to the summer practices, where development, depth, and consistency will be key pieces in preparing for 2026. Alvia Walker, SMTV News.
The Golden Eagles wrap up spring play and look ahead to what's next this fall. What do you think Coach Anderson will bring to the table next season?
Blake Anderson's a tremendous offensive mind, 10 years head coaching experience. He's won conference championships in the Sun Belt and the Mountain West. He's going to solve the problem and get things done for the Golden Eagles.
Absolutely, and we hope to see them in the playoffs next year. Speaking of which, the men's tennis entered the Sun Belt tournament as the number 7 ranked team and took on the 2nd ranked Troy Trojans. Despite Sahib Sodi's single set win, the Golden Eagles lost their match 4-1 to exit the tournament. The women's tournament starts tomorrow as they take on the App State at 1 p.m.
Southern Miss Track secured 7 top 8 finishes at the Georgia Tech Invitational, including Javelle Fullerton winning first in the 400-meter hurdles competition. They head to Birmingham for the Sanford Invitational this Saturday. Wow, Southern Miss has been stepping it up all year.
Oh, absolutely, but not just as a team, but individually as well, including Joey Urban. Joey Urban's incredible weekend earns him SMTV's Player of the Week. In Southern Miss's series against Texas State, Urban notched 4 runs with a total of 7 hits. He also forced 9 outs at center field. Keep it up, Urban. Is there any player that surprised you this season across any of our athletic teams?
Certainly in baseball, you've got to look at Kyle Morrison, newcomer from South Alabama, leading the team in average home runs and RBIs. And then Camden Clark from West Jones, the fireballer. 26 innings, 37 strikeouts, only 4 walks.
Ooh, yeah.
That's not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. Also 2 people who had a very impressive Texas series play.
Absolutely.
Southern Miss Beach Volleyball is preparing for their postseason. After wrapping up the regular season, the Golden Eagles prepare for the 2026 Sun Belt Conference Beach Volleyball Championship in Foley this weekend. Senior Susanna Michlaska says she is approaching these games with little pressure.
I'm definitely excited, and I'm trying to not make it as a very big deal in my head. Like, it's just supposed to be as every other tournament. Like, have to perform the same way, to play how I did before.
The Golden Eagles closed out their regular season in the NOLA Classic. They split the series with a 3-2 loss to the FIU Panthers, followed by a commanding 5-0 victory against UNO. They earned another 4-1 win on Saturday against the University of Louisiana Monroe before closing out their final game of the regular season with a narrow 3-2 loss against Tulane. Southern Miss will take on ULM at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday. You can follow the tournament on sunbeltsports.org. That's all for this edition of SMTV Sports. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Joe Paul.
Absolutely. And remember, one and all, Southern Miss
to the top.
Thank you, Caden, and USM President Joe Paul. You know, Dr. Paul, feel free to join us anytime as an anchor.
He's kind of a natural, isn't he?
I know, right?
I mean, coming up, see how the Hattiesburg community celebrated Earth Day.
Stay with us.
The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct offers the largest selection of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster, which means you can buy it today and sleep on it tonight. Come experience the cooling comfort of Tempur-Pedic, the ultimate support of Stearns & Foster, and of course, the most trusted name in sleep, Sealy Posturepedic. Why settle for less when you can sleep on a Sealy for $4.99, plus get the sheets and pillows for free? The Sleep Shop at Furniture Direct in Hattiesburg, Columbia, and Laurel.
To another episode of Call This or Whatever. I'm your host, Richard Busnett.
Saying that is to like put a stamp on the movie industry.
Your life is there.
Essentially, we were going to be featured on Disney.
Levitating when I watched it.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless.
so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Earth Day is today, and many people across the U.S. celebrate it in many ways. But here in Hattiesburg, the local community celebrated by cleaning up the Bowie Lakes. Reporter Stephanie Perez-Munoz went out to see how the cleanup was.
The Piney Woods Conservation Group, Southern Prohibition, Pine Belt Blueways, and Kick Glass Hburg partnered up to host the 3rd annual Earth Day cleanup for 2026. This year, it was a land and water-based cleanup at the Bowie Lakes. Volunteers were able to kayak, paddleboard, or just stay on the ground to pick up trash. Sean Harris, the board president of the Piney Woods Conservation Group, says their goal is to inspire people to stop and pick up trash and be more involved with being outside.
So having 80 people is what we're going to have here today. Stopping, picking up trash, seeing the impact on the environment in our wild places, I think it's just going to change how they see life, and I hope they're going to go get a bucket and a grabber and be picking up trash all the time to keep it out of our creeks and rivers.
Many of the volunteers say that their favorite part is just simply being outside and picking up the trash.
I want to be outside more, I want to exercise more, and being able to benefit nature and working while I'm getting exercise and being outside is a huge, huge plus for me.
Harris wants the community and college students to get outside and do more than just picking up trash.
We're just trying to get people outside at some of our wild places, usually an access point to the Blueways, to pick up trash. We know that 80% of the ocean's litter comes from an inland source. We love to get people on the river, even if they don't want to pick up trash. We would love to just put you in a kayak and paddle too. So it doesn't always have to be a cleanup. But yeah, lots of opportunities for college students to be a part of what we're doing.
If any community members or students want to get involved, you can visit their website at pinebeltblueways.com and sign up for their e-newsletters for future events. I'm Stephanie Perez-Munoz with SMTV News.
This year, there are over 80 people who signed up to volunteer. Now, I know a lot of people are celebrating Earth Day today, but we're celebrating something a little different. Tonight is our premiere, and also we have our special guest, Dr. Joe Paul. How do you feel this newscast went today?
I'll tell you what, I'm with a bunch of pros. It's an honor to be with you.
Thank you.
Very impressed with your talent and professionalism. It's been a blast.
Yes.
I appreciate that. It was really cool seeing you do the segment. That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How'd you feel, Caden?
Oh, I loved it. It was absolutely, because you were a sports reporter long before. I'm not sure many people know that, but you were a sports reporter long
many
before.
moons ago.
Many moons ago. But
absolutely.
But it's so nice seeing a pro in action and be able to work with one in person. It was such a blast.
You guys are great. You guys are great.
Kaylin,
when do we do it next?
All right, see you next
the
week.
premiere.
New regular, new anchor.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of SMTV News. Be sure to like, follow, or subscribe to SM2 on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Get all of our newscasts, SMTV original programs, and even stream the student radio station, WUSM.
If you would like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
And don't forget the latest issue of the Student Prince newspaper is out tomorrow. Don't forget to pick up your copy.
Also, if what you saw sparked your interest, you can use the volunteer form and sign up for SM2 this upcoming semester.
Scan the QR code on your screen to fill out a volunteer form, and we hope to see you next semester.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on our next edition of SMTV News. I'm Gabby Cox.
And I'm Sophia Vetrano, and we'll see you in the Thad Ballroom 1.
Always remember, Southern Miss to the top.